Alright, so here's the attempt at the integration of the lifting the claw on the arm, and we'll try to pick up the can and whatnot. There's our robot. Trigger it. There's triggered, it opens, comes forward, comes down, grabs it, lifts it back up over the top, opens it to dump it. And that's the first iteration. Now it would be nice, we have the bigger frame, but it would be nice to use this gearbox assembly, gears and the same motor, and just pick this up and put it in over here. Except this space is a little too big right now, so we're going to have to cut this down, maybe move this in a little bit to about there, and then hopefully we can just take this assembly as is, put it over here, get it to work. We'll see how that works. Okay, this is just the final document of what the robot ended up looking like. And over here is the tray just to contain the drop-off containers. We've got battery, we've got the Arduino board, and we've got this display. Now, we did use the same spacing and same gear boxes we had with the little GoBot. We just used the bigger gears and bigger wheels. So it has the same, I don't know, basic design and the same spreading, same motors and whatnot. It's just the bigger gears and bigger motors. And we have the optical sensor mounted on the frame itself, not mounted on the claw. So it's always at ground level, and then we have the tracking sensors below. And that's the basics of recycling machine looks. Okay, this is a video, just what we're trying to do. This is on the Friday before the final run, and having a lot of problems when we put the bin on. It really threw off the weight of the cart. So we're just going to go around the track, and we've got 3 cans positioned, and we'll see how it runs, and it changes every time the battery changes and whatnot. First thing we do when we start it up is we have to bring it into the drive position, which is to lower the arm. We open the arms, lower it down to the drive position, and then we're off, hopefully. So let's see what happens when we come up to our first can. There, it finds it, goes down, picks it up. Nope, doesn't pick it up. Okay, so we've got a few issues dealing with the code, and so we talked to the software experts, and here's what our code looks like. First we go through the initialize, the setup, the void. This is all the same as every program. Then we've got these little functions that we've, since the buckets put too much weight on the back end, we have to go to a drive position, which puts the arm all the way forward in the front of the position just to balance things out while we drive. And then we have the main loop. If we've collected enough cans, we go to the final count. Then what we do is we use the ultrasonic sensor. Do we detect an object? Yes. If we pick it up, we count the can. Then we go back to the home position, or the drive position. We call it the go home function. It's the drive position. Then we go back to the while loop. If we don't detect an object, we just track the line and we go back into our loop again. And what that looks like in the Arduino quote, find an object, we pick up the can, then we go home, and then we go into our tracker program. And we have it so that if none of our trackers see anything, we're lost. If all of our trackers see something, we're at a cross line. And we still have that problem, even though we aren't trying to measure crossing cans, but sometimes it does want to track that cross line, so we have to watch out for that. And then we have the middle of the road, we have our right and our left. And this is our locate object function, and this is a little different than I think the normal routine everybody's using, but this is another one that was on the internet, and it seems to work pretty well. And here's our pickup can routine, and we've had a lot of problems with that, so what we're going to do is we're going to change some of our values. So we shut the claw harder on the can, and then when we dump the can, we're going to run our arm back as quickly as possible and then open it, and that with a few different constants, see what works the best on Tuesday, and that'll be what we use on Wednesday. And that is the code. Here we are on our final run again, and we'll try to pick up our cans. We got one can straight ahead. It takes the can, goes down, collects the can, drops it in the bin, dump can. Oh my gosh, I've got a can, and now we'll go on to can number 2. In that turn, and we're also going to move the first can back to the final spot. Give us a final pickup can. Here's the second can that we're approaching. We detect the can, go down, drop it, it's in the bucket, dump can, another can, that's number 2. And 2 is verified. We'll go around, we detect the can, we go down, we grab it, and then we take it back full speed and then drop it in one motion. And then we say we've got the can. And that's how we basically pick up the can. We had a lot of problems with dropping it short, so we send it full speed and then drop it all in one motion. And try to pick up can number 3. And we're in the drive position. Go around and around. And we still have the thing that if we're lost, we back up and go in reverse. Here's can number 3. Yep. And we detected it, but knocked it over. Still pick it up. And we dropped it in. That's can 3 verified. So we can even pick it up when we knock it over. That was unexpected. Okay. And we're around that corner. That's wonderful. And can detected. Down, pick it up. Dump can. Didn't quite get it in the bin, but that is can number 4 verified. And we'll go to drive position and head for the finish line. And it's still very zigzaggy around the corners, but here's our final can. Can detected. Got it. Dump can. Another can. Can number 5 verified. And we go to the home position, and that should be it. And there we have it. Final can count 5, and we are finished.
Nice one, Will. That's excellent.
Very admirable job. Now Mr. Machine can ride off into, or roll off into the sunset.